I'm at the University of Cincinnati with the honors program. So this year was a really awesome year for me. First off, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I did, where I was, how my year went, and then we'll do some of the goals that I had at the beginning of the year and where I'm at with those now. Then we'll just finish up with some other fun things. So first off, this year I had my first co-op in the fall, and that was actually in Bloomington, Indiana, with a biomedical engineering company called Cook Medical. And so that was a really a great learning experience for me because it really gave me another opportunity to step out of my comfort zone. Going to Cook, I was the youngest co-op of 17 other co-ops, and I also didn't know anyone going in, even though there were a couple other UC students. So it was a little bit nerve-wracking for me at first, being in another completely new city, meeting another completely new group of people, and also working my first really truly professional job. So it was really an interesting experience for me. At first, it was, like I said, a little bit nerve-wracking, and um, it was a little bittersweet being away from UC in the fall as well. But I was able to kind of embrace the awkwardness and the uncomfortableness of the beginning situation, and really gain some great friends through my Cook Co-op and just through life in general in the fall. I was able to make friendships with all the co-ops there, and also grow professionally, which was really an awesome experience for me. I felt like I learned even more working a full-time job than I did in the classroom, which is saying a lot because I've learned a lot at UC so far. So that was kind of my Cook experience in a nutshell. But like I said, being away from school was a little bittersweet, and that's because I wasn't really able to get as involved with UC, and build upon those relationships that I had built freshman year right away. So it was a little tough being away, like I said, but it really helped me learn to not take those things for granted. You're not always going to be in the same city with the same people, and you're not always going to have the same opportunities at all times. So you need to be able to take advantage of what you have, on your plate at the time. And it really helped me to learn to appreciate what I have at that moment more so than thinking about the past or the future or what I could be at. So it really helped me take a step back and evaluate what was really important to me, and what I really cared about, so that when I came back to UC, I was able to jump right in and really embrace what I had been missing for a semester. So coming back to UC, I was really excited to get there, and I remember driving back. This was for the spring semester after Christmas break, and my mom, she commented to me. She was like, "You just seem really excited today and really happy today. Not that you haven't seemed like that over break, but you just seem extra peppy today." And I was like, "Mom, how can I not be? I haven't been at UC for an extended period of time since my freshman year, so it was really exciting to come back to campus and come back to the place that I now kind of consider home." Don't tell my mom I said that. But anyway, so coming back in the spring, I was really excited to jump back in. And what I really wanted to build upon was my academics. I had done really well freshman year, but I wanted to reach a goal of getting a 4.0, which didn't happen. But I was able to really establish and reinforce those study habits and those grades that I had been pushing for. I ended up with a 3.96, which in biomedical engineering isn't too shabby, but one less A minus, I would have got that 4.0. But it really helped me to set that goal and take some steps at the beginning of the year, when I kind of set some of those goals to write down how I was going to achieve them. That was through just really making sure that I was making that my number one focus and spending those hours needed to achieve those grades. And that really happened and meshed together for the spring semester. Another thing that went on spring semester is I participated in an honors experience, actually an honors seminar. And so what that was, it's called On the River Exploring the Amazon. And I was able to actually spend 8 weeks leading up to spring break learning about the Amazon River, learning about Brazil in general, just some of the history and geology and different things like that of the river. And also I was able to design a project that you can check out in another portion of my portfolio. I actually ended up writing a children's book about the experience. So go check that out in the second year link. It's under exploring the Amazon, so you can look into that a little bit more. Um, but anyway, so those first 8 weeks were spent preparing, and then a group of about 20 honor students went to Brazil, and we immediately, as soon as we landed in Manaus, we were able to get on a cruise ship, and basically not a cruise ship, but a pretty nice accommodations. We were able to sail up the Amazon River. We actually visited the Rio Solimões and Rio Negro. Those are two branches of the river, and we were able to experience tons of different things. We were able to fish for piranha, go into villages and play soccer with some of the native village people. We were also able to, just jump out and swim in the river. Just all sorts of amazing experiences that, without UC honors, and without my kind of theme of pushing myself out of my comfort zone, I would not have been able to experience. So that was a really incredible experience for me. Another thing that really stood out about that experience was being with 20 honor students was absolutely incredible, because it's not every day that you're surrounded by the best and brightest, and it's not every day that someone's going to be there to challenge you with a different belief and with the diversity of intellectual knowledge and backgrounds and everything. Because the honors program as a whole for me really is kind of that community where there's not only that ethnic diversity and background diversity, but there's also a lot of intellectual diversity. And so that was really unique for me to spend 10 days with some of the most incredible people I've ever met and really be able to build the relationships with those people. It was really incredible to see how close you can get with a group of people in such a small period of time. On day one, most of us, we knew who each other were, but we really weren't that close. But by day 10, we were really sad to leave, because we know we had made lifelong friendships and really enjoyed our time there, and seized the day, so to speak, with our short time in on the Amazon River. So that was another really unique experience I was able to participate in this year at UC. One of my goals, I know I said I'd go into goals a little bit. Like I said, one of my goals was to get a 4.0, and I already talked about that a little bit. But another big goal of mine was to really be in my own head a little bit more. I'm very extroverted, and I feed off other people's energy, but I need to sometimes be more reflective and more internal and really feed off myself. And that really kind of stood out to me this year. I was really able to start thinking more on my own and really challenging myself from within to be the best Michael Fitzgerald, or version of myself that I could be. And so that was, like I said, a big goal of mine, and I was really able to see the progress throughout the year. More and more, I listen to what other people have to say, and I take people's advice. But when I had my mind set on something, I wasn't going to let anything take that away. And so this year, it really stood out to me how much I pushed myself from within, and how much I was able to grow within that goal. And obviously, you always should be striving to be a better person. And I think this year I've really been able to internally change some of those things that I had seen as issues before. So that was a big step for me. To finish up here, I don't want to be too long-winded with my year in review. Now that I've experienced all these different things and all these incredible experiences with my second year at UC and my first year as well, I really want to step forward and gain more leadership within the organizations that I am a part of. I've already kind of made that step a little bit going into my third year, which is really exciting for me. But I want to continue to make those steps towards being the premier leader on campus, and being someone who anyone on campus can recognize and know to go to, and know that I'm going to help them out. So I know that's a large kind of goal, but at least it's a starting point. Another goal for me is just to really, once again, push myself out of my comfort zone and make sure that I'm maintaining my friendships and building upon those. I think I've said it many a times on many different videos, but you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I want to continue to surround myself with good people and find other great people on campus that I can surround myself with. So that's kind of my second year in review. I hope you enjoyed hearing about it. If you have any more questions, feel free to email me or give me a call or whatever. You can find my contact information on my page, and thank you for coming to watch my video today.